I'm gonna apply this onto my brush. Ooh. Okay. Okay. That is pretty good. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, which is all about educational beauty. Today I'm doing a makeup tutorial on a Valentine's look. I've made it really simple to follow. It's not complicated or technical, and I'm posting this a bit earlier than Valentine's Day because I wanted to give you some time to practice this look. If you do create this look, please do tag me on Instagram on the picture and do hashtag Nina Ubhi so that I get to see it and also maybe repost it. Now, as always, if you do like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the little bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. And also, when you do head over to Instagram, don't forget I'm on there too, so you can follow me there for some daily beauty news. Now let's jump straight into the video. So we're going to stick to a simple tutorial today. It doesn't mean the look is going to look simple, but I wanted to just keep it really straightforward for you guys. So we're going to start off with my primer because my skincare is already on. I'm using my Shiseido Synchro Skin Soft Blurring Primer because I feel like my pores are looking a little bit open today. Well, they're always open, but I mean, they're looking a bit obvious today. I feel like my skin is just looking and feeling really tired lately. I think I'm probably gonna go to the skin clinic that I usually go to and just see what they can do. So the primer is on. We're gonna get started with the eyes. So I'm gonna be using my Tarte Shape Tape. I'm gonna apply this onto my eyelids because we're gonna do a really nice kind of pinkish eyeshadow look. I was trying to figure out what I was trying to say. So we want a really good base underneath. Just gonna get my blender and just apply this all over my lid. Okay, to set that, I'm using my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in Banana Bread, and I'm just using my Laura Mercier Puff to kind of press that in. Then I'm gonna dust that off with my Real Technique setting brush. This brush is amazing, guys. I feel like I just inhaled a whole load of powder there. This brush is amazing, and I know so many of you who have left comments saying that you bought it and you absolutely love it. I can't even begin to tell you. It's just like the perfect size for the eyes, for the under eyes, for everywhere. I'm going to use my Zoeva 231 brush, and I'm using my Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. Now, you guys probably already know I don't usually wear a lot of pink, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to show you a tutorial on it because I know that there are so many of you guys that obviously do wear pink and you do love it, and it probably suits you so much as well. I want to make sure that I do still show you looks that, you know, you guys can wear too and you guys like. So I'm going to use the color Happiness. Wow, this is like a full-on Barbie pink. We're going all out. I'm going to apply this just kind of on the end of my lid here. Can you see I'm just like kind of like going back and forth with my brush to really get, the pigment is really good. This is actually a really nice color. So I'm gonna go into my socket now, and the socket is where it kind of goes in. It's your eye socket. So I'm gonna go right into the socket, but a little bit above. So you can see we've covered that whole area there. And now I'm gonna go right in. You can see I'm just going a little bit above the socket. And we're gonna go just about here. So like not all the way in, but just up to that area there. And I'm just dragging this bit out because I like that really nice kind of feline finish to the eye. Let's just pack that color on a little bit more here. And then I wanna go right here on that inner corner bit there. So just like on the inner part of the upper lid, not too much, just a little bit. So we've kept that kind of middle section quite empty, and I haven't brought that color in the socket all the way in. I've just brought it up to about there. I just don't want it to be like just there, you know? So, okay, let me just do the same on this eye. So I haven't done my base yet because you've probably heard me say this before, but if I'm using like bright colors or dark colors on the eyes, then I always like to do my base after because I don't want to have to worry about kind of dropping anything on my base. I'd rather just get a really nice clean base afterwards. So if I'm doing a really natural eye look, then I always do my base first. But if I'm doing anything which is kind of a lot of product or bright pigment, dark pigment, then I always do my base afterwards. I'm going to use my Fenty 230 brush and dip into Gratitude. I'm just going to apply this just over the center section, you know, where we've left it kind of bare. because I don't want it to look like all one color. I just want to kind of like, it almost kind of like mutes it a little bit. It's just more of a muted pink in the middle. I'm going to use my Huda Beauty Lifeliner and I'm going to just create my kind of like winged eye now. So I'm going to start from the inner corner and I'm using the flat part of the brush, not the tip. And I'm just pressing it really close to my lash line. I'm going to do this all the way across, because then I know how much I want to thicken it after. Now I don't take it all the way to the end, I just stop a little bit before, because then it gives me enough kind of like workspace to figure out where I want my wing to start from. So now I'm going to look straight ahead in the mirror. Like, you're not going to walk around with your eyes closed. Don't do it with your eyes closed. Do your eye makeup, do your eyeliner with your eye open. You know, like some people stretch it and it's like all one eye's closed. You've got to put your eye makeup on or your eyeliner with your eye open in order to know what it's going to look like with your eyes open. Now, if I look straight ahead, I think I want my like wing to be, I've just drawn a little line. Now, that is definitely not the look that I want to go for, but it gives me a good kind of like marker point. So that's my first marker point there. I know that that's the direction I want my wing to go. So now this is where I can start kind of like neatening it up. So you can see I've like lengthened it a little bit, but now I'm going to fill this whole area in. I'm going to create the top line first. Can you see now that there's that gap? Now I'm still probably going to adjust that a little bit, but let's fill it in. Okay, I think I want to just kind of thicken it up a bit. Okay, I think I'm kind of happy with the way that that looks now. So I'm going to go over and do the other eye. Now this is where I stop. I look in the mirror because I need to make sure this direction is like symmetrical to this. Luckily we haven't had any fallout from the eyeshadow, so that's great. We're going to move on to concealer. So I'm just going to do my coverage on my under eyes. I'm using a different concealer for the rest of my face just because it's just not as heavy. My main coverage that I want is more on my under eye area. I'm not too concerned about coverage elsewhere. I feel like my foundation is enough. So all I do is just use this to kind of like highlight certain areas and just brighten up certain dark areas. So this is the NARS concealer, by the way. I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood complexion brush and I'm just kind of like blending this in. I always do my under eye area last because you may have heard me say before that I love kind of like letting that concealer on the under eye just set for a little while, because I feel like it really stays in place then. It doesn't kind of like move around everywhere and you really get that nice compact coverage there. So I'm just gonna blend this. Now I'm just pressing my beauty blender, small movements, keeping it quite fluid. So starting from here, working my way out. Like, don't be really random in your movement. When I say don't be random, I mean don't go here, here, here. Like, keep it very fluid and flowing. Okay, I'll use my NARS concealer, the darker shade. Just when I like contour certain areas. I'm gonna get my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood complexion brush and start blending this in. So I've got these areas here which basically help to kind of like slim down my face a little bit, because my main concern is slimming it from this side, so like making it look smaller. That's why I've applied it here, because it just gives the illusion of a slightly kind of slimmer forehead. Here, obviously to enhance cheekbones, which you'll see in a minute, and then this area here to just define the jawline a little bit. And these areas here to make the lips look a little bit fuller. And then along the nose, I always like my tip to look smaller, so that's why I kind of do it like that. That suits my kind of, I have a slight bulbous nose at the end. It's not necessarily big, but it's slightly bulbous in shape. So that's why I like to kind of like just really slim down the tip. So I'm just using the smaller side of the brush, and this is obviously going to help slim down the bridge of the nose, and I'm just dragging this out. And because I'm using a kind of like light coverage foundation, you can still see all of this come through once I've put my foundation on. Okay, I'm gonna use a different makeup sponge today because I'm trying it out. It's the Beauty Bakery Blending Eggs. They sent this over to me and it's so cute. It's like, I love it. I love the packaging. I've wet one of the sponges because it does say dip in water, squeeze and blend to perfection. So I'm gonna try this out. So it kind of like doubles in size once you've wet it, and I've squeezed all the water out. And I'm using my EX1 foundation in number 8. So I've just got it on the back of my hand and I'm gonna just start buffing this into my forehead and working my way down. So you can see I'm actually applying it in a very uniform way, kind of starting on the forehead, then doing this under eye here, and then I'm going to move over to this bit here, and then I do the nose. Sometimes when you're using a new sponge, like as in when you haven't, it's a brand new sponge, I feel like you have to use way more product. I don't know if this is the sponge, the type of sponge, or if it's because it's the first time I'm using it. So because I wash my sponges probably once a week, because I find that when I have used it a few times, I feel like the sponge works better. You know, because I guess because there's like kind of a layer of makeup there and it isn't kind of like sucking everything in. So yeah, I feel like this is absorbing a lot of product. Like I'm now gonna have to go and get another pump of the foundation. So I don't know if that's because this is new, so it might be okay after a few applications. It's a very big sponge. Like it covers a lot of area on the face, which is pretty good. But it's probably a little bit more difficult to get on the under eye, like get right into the under eye area. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my powder and press it on my under eye first. Okay, I used my Huda Beauty Easy Bake for this, and I'm using my Laura Mercier Powder Puff to just kind of like apply it, just press it in. Okay, I'm actually going to apply this just on certain areas where I really do want it to stay matte. I'm not applying it up here and along the cheeks because I'm going to show you a different powder I want to use. Okay, I've got my Real Techniques setting brush. I always remove the area, the part that I've applied first. Okay, now I'm going to use the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder, but the Light Catcher one in Honey Star, because I want to see what this is like. It's meant to kind of give you a bit more of a kind of, not shimmery, but catches the light, and it's a light catcher. So I'm going to apply this onto my brush. Ooh. Okay. Okay. That is pretty good. I mean, I shouldn't have really applied it on that area because that's where I've got more texture on this side. You know, I should have applied it a little bit higher. Okay, well, that is nice. That's better than a highlighter. I like that, I really do. So this is Honey. Is this Honey? Honey Star. That is nice. Okay, I'm really impressed with that. So I'm actually gonna apply this in other areas. I'm gonna go into that really bright pink, which was Happiness, and I'm gonna apply this just on my lower lash line. Under my lower lashes, so I'm going under my lower lashes. I'm going side to side in small movements. And to be honest with the lower lash line, I feel like you can go as low as you want to go. If you don't have very hollow under eyes, I feel like you can go a little bit lower. Like, I think it actually looks really nice. So it really depends what your eye shape is like. We're gonna drag this out a bit. Now I'm going into Aura with my Sephora 18 brush, and I'm just like dipping it in. I'm just using the tip here, and I'm gonna like press into my lower lashes. Just into my lower lashes, not below like I just did with that other pink shade. And all we're doing is just getting a bit of definition there. There's just a bit of depth. I don't know why I keep saying definition, I mean depth. Okay, I'm gonna just take this out a little bit. See, you don't have to be so perfect about it. We want to keep the width the same. So I'm just going to press it in here, and you don't have to take it out the way that I just did, by the way. You can just leave it like just on this into the lower lashes, and then that's it. Now, if you feel that when you've applied that darker shade, it feels a little bit like it's not blended, or it feels a little bit like it's just stuck there, go back with your other brush, go back into Happiness, which is the brighter pink, the first color, and then just run the brush over it. And all that does is it helps to diffuse any harsh lines and just kind of like help it to transition into that first pink that we put on. I'm just using my brow wiz and I'm gonna just kind of like shape my brows and then fill them in. I always start on the underside of the brow, like kind of like draw that line how I want it. So like I know how high I want the arch, I know the shape that I want there, and then I carry on with the top part of the brow and then fill it in. Okay, I'm using my Nude Sticks Lengthening Mascara and I'm going to apply some lashes, so you can use any mascara. Okay, so I've got my lashes ready, I've got glue on them, I've let it kind of like dry for about 30 seconds. These are my lashes in Nina and I'm just going to apply these right onto my lash line. I know there's so many of you guys who want these lashes. Guys, please, please, please contact your local Ulta and Sephora and just tell them that you want to see these lashes available, because it will just make it so much easier for us to get them into the US for you. So just placing up my lash line and then sticking the inner corner and outer corner in, and then we're done with the lashes. I'm gonna get my mascara. I'm using my Fenty Full Frontal for this, and I'm gonna apply this on my lower lashes. I just really like the Fenty Full Frontal for the lower lashes. Okay, I'm using my favorite brush, my Hourglass Dual brush. It's the Veil Powder Brush. I'm using the smaller side and going into my Fenty Sunstalker in Private Island. And I'm gonna start just bronzing my face. So I'm just kind of taking it from the top of the ear and bringing it into, like, in between the nose and the lips. And I just take it into the hairline here. Okay, so my Fenty 200 brush and my Fenty Sunstalker in Shady Biz. And I'm using the tip of the brush to just kind of like darken my contour a bit. You can still see the contour there that I put on underneath the foundation, but right at the end, I like to just like see if I need to darken it a bit. You can use any kind of dual fiber brush. This is a MAC 100, which I don't think they do anymore, but they do have an alternative. I'm not sure what the number is, but you know, you can use any stipple brush. I'm using Kat Von D blush in Peony. And let's just apply this right here. It's a really nice color. Now onto the lips. I'm using my MAC lip liner in Whirl. So let's apply this. I'm gonna just line my lips as normal. Maybe just, you know, make it a little bit higher here, a little bit lower here, because I like it to be a bit fuller that side, that way. We're gonna try a new lipstick. It's the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte, the new one in Perfectionist. So apparently the formula is much better. Let's see. I really do like this color. I always like to use a lip brush. So let's just really get this into the lip liner. This is really nice. This is a much nicer formula than before. It's not as thick, it's definitely like more wearable. Now I'm actually gonna put on her Silk Balm, which is the rose quartz one, and I'm not putting it all over because I just wanna put it, I just like to have a balmy feeling on my lips, and I don't mind it looking a little bit kind of like tacky. Not that kind of tacky, but like, you know, where it's a little bit balmy. Tacky was not the right word. Let's just add a little bit here, because I think I went over with blush, just a little bit there. This is my Stila Heaven's Hue, by the way, in Kitten. Okay, so this look is completely finished. I am Valentine date night ready, even though I've done this early for you guys because I really wanted you guys to be able to practice this look in case you want to do it for date night or Valentine's Day. Wherever you want to do it, you don't have to just save this look for Valentine's Day. You can wear it anytime. So this is something different. It's a lot more pink, obviously, but I do hope you like it, and I actually am really liking it. And I haven't worn eyeliner in ages, and it just, you know, when you just do that and then you're like, oh my god, why do I not wear this more often? So yeah, I'm really loving it, and I actually, considering there's a lot of pink for me, I actually love it. Like, I feel like it's a nice kind of pink. It's not like a tacky pink, it's a nice pink. So yeah, I've used tacky in the right context there. I love this look. I really do hope you do like it too. If you do have any questions about the technique or about the colors, then do let me know in the comments box below. I think out of everything that I've used, I mean, some of them I'm using for the first time. I have used a rose quartz palette before, and I do generally love that palette. Yeah, I like the pinks in it. It's the first time I've used that happiness color, and it's really nice. I really do like it. And the beauty, well, it's not a beauty blender, it's a makeup sponge, the one from Beauty Bakery. The only thing I would say, picked up a lot of product. I had to actually use an extra pump of foundation, but I don't know, it may be that now I've kind of like used it once, that it will be okay the next few times, because it kind of creates that kind of like bit more of a film there. But yeah, let's see. But otherwise, this is my finished Valentine's look. Well, I really do hope that you've enjoyed this Valentine's look. And there's a lot of pink going on, I know, but I think I really do love that look, and I might start incorporating a bit more color. What do you think? Let me know in the comments box below. And as always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. Until the next video, take care, and I'll see you soon.